What do you do when you've run out of cute animals to base video game characters off of? You turn to fungus. Docomodake, who is putting the fun into fungi. This is a really cool name. People should name their kids this. The game is Boing Docomodake DS for the Nintendo DS. Let's take a look at it. Boing Docomodake DS, and listen to the music. I haven't heard music this upbeat since the last Typo Negative album. And I have to admit, I actually like the music in this game. Very high production value and quite catchy. So do you know what Docomodake actually is? I thought this guy was too polished to just have come out of the blue like this. And did a bit of research. Docomodake is the mascot of the Japanese mobile phone company NTT Docomo. So he's the equivalent of the 7-Up Spot or Ronald McDonald, both of whom had their own video games. As does Docomodake. If this was an American game, it would be way more in your face. He would be solving puzzles using his excellent phone service as provided by NTT Docomo. I couldn't have solved this puzzle without it. He'd have whipped out his cell phone and there'd have been a whole animation sequence where it goes into space and gets relayed through the amazing satellite service and comes back down to him with the solution. And then, like, girls would have rained on him and stuff, and that's how the Americans would have done it. Now, the Japanese just went and made a fun game out of the whole thing, because Docomodake is excellent if you like puzzle games. It's like a puzzle game mixed with an old-school platformer, like Super Mario Brothers or something. The animation and gameplay are very well done. It's of a very high quality. And I was pleasantly surprised when I started getting sucked into the gameplay. It starts off simple and then gets much more complicated. It's a lot like that game Mechanic Master for the Nintendo DS I reviewed a few weeks ago. The gameplay is pretty unique. It's tough to explain, so hopefully you can pick most of this up by watching it on screen. But the whole premise of the game is Dokomodake's family has somehow gone missing, probably because they all lost service because they were using a different phone company, and he has to go out and find them using an NTT Docomo GPS device powered by NTT Docomo satellites. I made that up, but that's what I'm presuming. You go through the numerous environments in the game. Each environment has 8 different levels. You start at the beginning and have to find your way to the end using strategy and planning to do so, and also collecting the coins and treasure, opening the treasure boxes along the way to find more coins and more minis. What are minis? Minis are like the Swiss Army knife of cute Japanese cartoon characters, sub-mascots for mobile phone companies. You can use them for pretty much anything, and they live within Docomodake, and when you tap in with the stylus, they come out. You move them around the screen using your stylus. You can move them wherever you can get them to. You can circle a whole bunch of them and move them around at once. You can insert them into the little yellow squares at times and create walkways. You can stack them on top of each other and make ladders that Docomodake can climb. You can tap them twice and turn them into little balls that you can then throw at the enemies. You can fill jars with them and then open doors, set them on buttons to open passageways or doors. The more minis that you remove from Docomodake reduces his size so that he can get into smaller environments, but you need a larger Docomodake if you're going to push blocks out of the way. And, it really makes for entertaining gameplay. This game is totally worth checking out if you like puzzle games and bright, friendly Japanese side-scrollers. I found the controls to be effective, but they're somewhat awkward at the same time. You control Docomodake with the D-pad, or the buttons, if you're left or right-handed, and then you tap him and move the minis around the screen using the stylus. I find that many of these games on the DS where you have to use both the D-pad and the stylus for precision movements to be sometimes a bit challenging, but really it just takes time to get used to. You're given as much time as you need to finish each of the levels, and you can restart a level if you find yourself stuck in part of the level and you've left all of your minis somewhere else and can't get out of it. And although there's not a timer counting down on screen, you will earn a better grade or rating if you get through each level faster. Now you can also replay levels after you've already gone through them and mastered them, providing some replay value. With the coins that you collect, you can unlock some images and whatnot. It's a pretty neat game and definitely one that would be appropriate for kids of all ages and still thoroughly entertaining for adults. So nice job, Japanese. Maybe this is just the first stage of the invasion by NTT Docomo into the American market. I don't know. It doesn't feel like it, though. This feels like this character was made for the game. For all I know, everybody else in the world already hates him. But you know what? I kind of like Docomodake, and I don't even like mushrooms. Like, if someone orders a pizza with mushrooms, I'll just throw it back at them. But Docomodake, I could hang on to this guy.